Hi everybody, my name is Katie from Katie Twinkle here on YouTube. I've been playing Animal Crossing New Horizons since the day it launched. My favorite part of this game is designing, and I have flattened and transitioned my island 8 different times, and I'm getting ready for the 9th. I'll tell you more about the next theme and how I go about transitioning my island in upcoming videos. For now, I wanted to introduce you to my current island. This one is done in a Twilight, fairy core, cottage core style. You can see me running along the beach here in my little fairy outfit, which is one of my favorites in the entire game. Throughout the island, I have used this custom pattern that I put together. It's a cobblestone style path. I really wanted something that looked more natural and could carry diagonal angles throughout the entire island. You can also see I've used a lot of different fences and in different combinations. You'll see almost every fence type as we go throughout the island. I have a lot of angles here where I tilt up to look at that beautiful sky. It's absolutely the best time of day when you can see that pink sunset just passing down over the horizon. It's one of my favorite things. Up here on the top, I've put together a little bit of a fairy court sort of altar style where you can sit and just look at the beautiful statue. I've turned this art piece around backwards so you focus on the wings, since it reminded me the most of a fairy style. I'm running back through the town square here. You can see little houses down. These are on the east side of town, down through the beach, and you'll start seeing that country fencing as well, mixed in with several things. I know that's really classic, but I've also used a lot of white elements. I've got those white street lamps that I'm using here, and I've pulled in several other custom patterns and created some of my own to put together those pops of white here and there. It's because I really wanted those to show up really cleanly when I knew it would be a nighttime themed island. Moving up from the top of town center area is the campsite. It's really pretty straightforward up here, classic campsite decorations, and I've just scattered some custom pattern rocks underneath to make it look really like it's natural up here. Little ukulele on the ground in the campsite is one of my favorite elements. Sometimes putting little bits of clutter actually go a long way to making an area look real and complete, so you don't want to forget little details here and there. All the lighting up here, some is in torches and quite a few lanterns that I've popped down on top of the stones. That way it looks intentional. This little valley is a sweet little walkthrough with cute elements like the beehives and a little bit of a picnic blanket. It also features the hyacinth lamps that I love. It's a DIY. If you're not familiar, I would definitely seek it out. It's one of my favorites. It gives such a beautiful colored glow to the area around you, and it customizes in the purple you see as well. You can do an orange, it's kind of a brownish orange color, or you can do a blue. So 3 really pretty options. And as we come back up the path, we're going to go up to the little herbalist hut here at the top. And I think of her as this adorable, reclusive, sort of a good witch who has a garden with all the things that she uses to make beautiful things. This little garden style up here has been created with a lot of different objects in the game. We can't do real gardens yet, of course, but I've placed down a variety of different colors and textures. Up here I've allowed the weeds to grow and have mixed them with custom paths so that it looks really wild and lush and completely overgrown with nature. Inside my little naturalist's hut, she has this cozy room that is clearly run down a bit. I've used simple panels designed with a shelf pattern on them to cover up the 3 doors because I didn't want her house to look quite so big. I wanted it to look full and as if she had been living out here in the woods for a long time. So just cockroaches running around, those are on purpose. I wanted them to sort of live with her, be her friends in nature. She really likes living in the woods, and there are bugs in the woods. Her bedroom is made up of natural tones. I've used the Mush rug, which is a Sahara item, as well as the Nook ink rug, the green one with the leaf, which you can redeem from the Nook Mile kiosk. I've scattered the room full of plants. I wanted it to look more like a greenhouse than a bedroom, and there are a lot of mom gift items scattered through the room because I think they make it look really cozy. I'm going to head down to the basement now. This is one of those old, run-down cellars. Dank, dim lighting, a little bit moldy. I can almost smell what this room probably looks like. If any of you guys have seen an unfinished soil basement, that's what this is meant to be. I put the workstation down here, so if I did need to come down and make things, it's actually a functional space. And everything else in here is just meant to look messy. As I'm headed out from my little naturalist's hut, we're walking back through the Hyacinth Valley, and we'll pass back through town as we head to the west side. You'll see the lights transition when I'm in town. I use those white street lamps, and as I head into what I want to be the more natural fairy core areas, I switch over to the mushroom lamps and the hyacinth lamps. They're so much more whimsical, and they give off the different color look as well, which I love. This little corner by my dock is a little bit more tropical than other areas, and I have a seating area here. I really enjoy filling in gaps with seating areas. If you ever have that little spot somewhere on your island and you just don't know what to do with it, it's always a good solution, and you can use them. When friends come to visit your island, you can literally sit there and chat and have social communication. Here on my peninsula is a little bit of a fairy circle, and I absolutely loved that I had stars to wish on when I was recording this, because nothing seems more fairy core to me than the wishing on stars in this game. It is one of the cutest things that they've added in. I absolutely love it. So magical. As you look up the rest of this west side beach, there's not a lot there. You'll see I've mostly focused on the more natural wooded areas of this particular island. This next area we're going to is the true fairy core style of this island. It's where the elements change and I use the different lamps and lighting. You'll also notice I stopped the recording for just a minute and I let it get a little bit darker. I really wanted to set that mood. The purple hyacinth lamp and the blue mushroom lamps really have that beautiful glow when it's a little bit darker. This area I created here with the waterfall and Stonehenge is my favorite place on the entire island. I really started here when I had this theme in mind. I wanted one really perfect good area that you could sit and get this view, this picture, this whole inspiration for the theme and the style that I was going for. And this is the spot right here. I intentionally put this video during the month of June, and the main reason for that was that I wanted fireflies. Look at those perfect little things flying around. I love fireflies in real life, but here in the game, in this theme, I can almost imagine that they're little fairies flying around me when I'm in that space. We're going to head up the cliff edge here to the top, and as we go through, I'm going to stop talking for a minute so you can just take in the many different elements that fill up this space. Up here at the top of the mountain, you see the rock garden, the little gnome in the middle, the mushroom lamps. I used a really simple pattern on the ground to make it sparkle. This was such a fun island to put together. As always, I hope you found something useful here, and I encourage you to continue creating in this game. Until next time, have the best Animal Crossing day.